Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Mission Moonshot video. Here you join us in low Earth orbit, getting ready to do our phasing burn, our first of two phasing burns to get us rendezvoused and hopefully docked with the Centaur upper stage. This burn is going to take 6 seconds, and it's going to lower our orbit to intersect the orbit of the Centaur upper stage. If you check the map, you can see we've gotten pretty close to it now. We're within 200 kilometers. And yeah, we should see that our encounter is getting quite close. Okay, we're almost at a periapsis of 200. I'm just gonna keep on burning until we get that. Oh, never mind. It's slipping. Get that periapsis down, or it's probably fine. We'll see. We'll see what our encounter is looking like now. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think we're getting a pretty close approach. We'll check Principia, plotting frame, target EC. It's giving us a predicted approach of 29 kilometers, and then 10 kilometers over here at a relative velocity of 38 meters per second. And we can continue getting that down. And that's probably just about as good as we want. At 42 meters per second is already a lot of speed to have to reduce. Yep, I think we're okay there. That's a pretty close approach. So we'll go ahead and warp to that. Get right up and close to our target vessel. Probably about 8 minutes before we get to it, we're going to begin our retro burn. So target, kill off the relative velocity. Can't quite see where it is yet. There's the moon, that's where we're heading. Oh, there it is. Alright. Let's go and burn those engines. Go ahead and put it on ×4, otherwise this is going to take forever. The approach velocity is going down. And our relative... Okay, and our distance is now going back up. So now what we want to do is, I think... Let's try burning... whatever this icon is. Is that like radial? Target... Maybe it's par? Towards the target? No, maybe... Let's try this. Point to whatever this blue icon is. I feel like that's a good icon to burn towards. This direction. So what that's doing is that should be getting our... Yeah, see, that's getting our approach a bit... No, it's getting our approach further away. I'm trying to remember how... Oh, I think I remember how to do it. We want to burn down over here. So this is our anti-target. Right over there. We want to put that on our retrograde. So I think the trick to doing that is burning facing this direction. Because it'll pull it. So if we burn over here... Yeah, see how closer that's... Not to bring me any closer. Maybe that's not... We're not heading towards the target, I don't think. We're just going to do this the brute force way. Because my method, I think it's probably just wasting more RCS. It's supposed to save RCS. Oh, because that's not our retrograde. Oh, that would explain it. So we actually want to burn... Okay. Yeah, so see, this is being a bit confusing. So this is our target velocity is about here. We want our anti-target to be roughly here. There we go. Yeah, see, retrograde's just not where I thought retrograde was. I thought that was retrograde, but I guess that's probably just orbit retrograde. Target retrograde is somewhere in this ballpark, which means we're trying to get, yeah, anti-target to retrograde. Yeah, see, I know what I'm doing. Principia is a bit confusing, I guess. Orbits are hard. Something, something, something. Well, once we get this down to, like, less than a kilometer, that we're gonna, like, hit... We're basically gonna hit the target now.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
So now we are on basically a crash course with them. Well, we should hopefully miss by 600 meters, but, you know. That's pretty close, compared to how far out we are now. Yeah, there we go. Correct that down with translations. I mean, that's pretty gosh darn close. There. One meter. Heading straight towards them. Of course, it's gonna be on the dark side. Do we have a light? I think we have a light. Command. Lights on. There we go. There it is. I just hope it's aimed the right way. We're fine. Everything's fine. Oh gosh, maybe it's not fine. Divert, 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 divert. Divert, divert. Oh gosh. Whew. Everything's fine. Everything was fine. It was calculated. I promise we wanted to be on this side anyway. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I didn't realize how long the braking thrusters were going to take to work. There we go. Okay. Everything's fine. Let me just maybe go ahead and do... we'll do... soft physics. There we go. So we just do 2x. There we go. Just 2x speed is all we really need. We should be able to do this from this perspective. That might honestly be easier from in here. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. Okay, 1K. Uh-oh. What's going on? Crank up the acquire force. Should... There we go. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That shouldn't have happened. Why did that not dock? It feels like that should have docked. And now this thing's spinning. Luckily it has electric charge. Okay, let's just wait for the sun to be up. Or for, you know, mission control to have a signal. Right now I think we're in the middle of the Pacific or something. Yeah, of course. Our docking happens right over the Pacific. Because why wouldn't it? Oh, those are from satellites. We're getting a brief satellite connection. Oh, there we go. Is that going to stay? Is that satellite connection going to stay long enough for us to... RCS? Go on, RCS? There we go, okay. For some reason they were disabled. So now they can... So now the Centaur can aim at the Gemini, and the Gemini can aim at the Centaur. Yeah, that is super weird. I don't know why that didn't work. Yeah, it's the docking mechanism. Docking. Okay, let's try the docking again. This time with hopefully better luck. I'm glad we have some satellites to give us a bit of signal during this. Let's see, what satellite's giving us signal? Through relay. It doesn't say what relay. Wish we could give credit to the relay that's helping us out here, but unfortunately we cannot. Okay, trying this again. Okay, come on, dock it. Dock it. There we go. There we go. Alright, there we go. We have docking. We have docking. And we're recharging the Centaur. Beautiful. Alright, so now we plan our TLI. We don't have a lot of fuel left. Looks like a lot of it boiled off. That's the problem. It did take us a day to get up here. But I don't know. I think it might be in... No. I just looked. It's only 990 meters per second. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is happening. This mission is not happening. Yeah, it just took us way too long to dock. If we were a bit quicker, it would have been possible. But from the looks of things right now, it does not seem to be. Let's see. Crude record duration 14 days. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's see. Did I grab? I think I grabbed like a 2-day crew thing because we were like really low on money. First crewed lunar orbit. Yeah, here we go. Orbital flight between crew. Launch a new vessel. Complete orbit. Stay in orbit for 2 days. Stay in orbit for 1 day. We can easily do this. So we need to have an apoapsis. So yeah, we just need to kick our apoapsis up to 325. So we can do that. Let's wait for the sunny side though to do that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and spin. Let it spin around naturally. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna make sure we're controlling from here, because this is where the engine is. All right, and I guess we can shut down Gemini RCS. Make use of RCS on the Centaur, because I think that's what they would do in real life, although obviously with an Agena, not a Centaur. Yeah, obviously I thought we would have been able to dock quickly enough where the boil-off wouldn't have been a problem. If I added multi-layer insulation, for one, we don't have insulated balloon tanks yet, so this would have to be a regular tank, and then there's not enough delta V in that anyway. So really, yeah, kind of a sneaky situation. I think ideally what we would do is send Gemini up and then have the Centaur dock with the Gemini, so that way the fuel would be fresher. But at this point, I've tested this mission enough, and who knows? We might try it on a future series. Could be fun. But for right now, we're just gonna have some fun, going to some higher heights. So raise that apoapsis up to like what, 400? Yeah, 400, and enjoy our time. So go ahead and turn on the RCS. Go ahead and maybe do some ullage and fire up that Centaur. Get our orbit up. Alright, so now we will enjoy this orbit for 2 days, and then afterward we'll go up to 950 by 1150. We probably actually needed the Centaur to do this, because that's a pretty high orbit. 950? That's pretty high orbit. So we'll see. But yeah, we need to be... Oh, periapsis above. Oh, we need to bump our periapsis up too. I didn't realize our periapsis was low. Let's see. Can we bump this up? I want to bump this up to somewhere where it's going to be roughly safe. So yeah, luckily our RCS is really good. Obviously, we'll try and save a little bit of it, if we can. And actually, I don't know. Ooh. It's going to be tricky, because I don't know how well the boil-off is going to fare for 2 days. We might not be able to do this if we lose enough fuel in 2 days. That is a concern, losing all our fuel in 2 days, because 2 days is a long time to have to wait. Yeah, let's just go ahead and warp to the other side of the orbit. And over here, our periapsis is high enough, it looks like, which is kind of funny. Yep, so now it's counting the orbit. But we will probably have to raise it, because otherwise it's going to drop back down when we get to the other side. Yeah, it's still saying our perigee is 191, so that's not going to do. I think up get to 210 or 220 will probably do enough, and we can just do that with our RCS. No need to fire up the main engine for that. Okay, we'll leave just enough left to ullage us, and that should be pretty good. Let's add an alarm for 2 days to come check back in on our lovely spacecraft here. And in the meantime, we'll go see what's happening over on the way halfway to Vesta. Oh, it had a little bit of electricity. It was able to do one small burn. Come on, can you keep your batteries topped off for long enough to do a sundown execute? Oh, it's doing it. Hey, I think we saved it. So if you guys remember last time, what we did was this thing was completely facing away from the sun. This thing was looking the complete opposite direction. So what I had to do was fire the thruster in order to get it to kind of look in the general direction of the sun. And then once we did that, I basically waited for it to spin around, look at the sun, and then exited the spacecraft. And when you do that, it saves that state. So the whole time we were time warping and stuff, doing that Gemini mission, it had enough charge to build up a battery enough so that it could position towards the sun. And now we are charging our batteries again. Not by much, but by a little bit. It looks like we lost probe control for a second. Either way, it's in a better situation than it was, right? I could have sworn we were getting signals from this thing now. I guess I could try shutting down the avionics, seeing if that can build a, apparently shutting down the avionics gives us full probe control. Neat. Yeah, so now we're finally able to build up a battery by shutting down the avionics. Okay. I think that's probably how this mission was designed anyway. Alright, let's try and use that charge to look back at the sun, please. Just by shutting down and activating the avionics. I just want to try and spin stabilize it in this general direction. And then we should be good. I think we can probably get a better view of our electric charge. There's like a menu, I think. Yeah, here. Perpetual electric charge right now. We're generating. Okay, look at the sun for me, please. Okay, there we go. It's giving us a second. Yeah, okay. 0.1. It just needs to stop spinning, is all. Maybe kill rotation. Activate omics, kill rotation. There we go. Okay, and then induce a small spin and shut it down. There we go. Okay, so now it should be good. Now it should be spin stabilized towards the sun, and we can build up that electric battery again. Okay, no more crisis. We're gonna build up that battery. We now have... how much time of electric charge? Probably quite a bit. 11%. How much RCS? How much time do we have? We have 11 hours. Okay. That should do good to get us corrected on our trajectory. That'll get us to Vesta. And then we should be able to, yeah, because that was the whole thing that happened, is we had to do our mid-course maneuver. So, at least we saved the spacecraft. Man, I feel like a NASA scientist over here, you know? We need to rebase all this. Yeah, because we had to use our engines to correct the trajectory and stuff. Okay, looks like about 100 meters per second, which we have. I was worried our engine burning would have created a bit of problems, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, because basically, I would just say go watch last time, guys. Go watch last time. It was crazy. Rescuing this mission from the brink. Pretty much. That's what we do here at Helios Aerospace. We save missions from the brink of defeat. Or something like that. Or we just fail to add solar panels to our satellites. That happens too. If we're not looking at the sun, we only get 53 minutes of battery juice. It'll be fine. We'll look at the sun immediately once we're done. Alright, there we go. Hold that trajectory. Yep, we'll take that. That is definitely going to be within some sort of sphere of influence. And we can correct it with RCS a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. And probably rotating is going to affect that, probably. Alright, back towards the sun with you. There's a slight amount of spin. And there's a saved spacecraft. So now I believe I can add a new alarm for SOI change? Yep, there's an SOI change. Yeah, I guess I could see it if I turned on patched conics. Or what not? Yeah, patched conics. Yep, go to HCI plotting frame. And this is kind of what you're typical with seeing with KSP. So that's where we are. That's where Vesta is. So once we get like roughly around to here, we'll do that. Yep, that's your typical, what you're used to seeing with KSP. I guess it's kind of cool to check on this every now and again, you know? But yeah, I'm just so used to the Principia way of things. And using, you know, this. And also this. Look at this. Oh, 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 oh. Pretend I didn't do that. Alright, back at our Gemini ship. All the liquid hydrogen was boiled away, which I guess is expected, probably. Did we do the first part of the quest, at least? First part of the contract? We need another 17 hours. Yeah, and we're already out of fuel. Basically. And yeah, I don't think we're getting that high. I guess I should just go ahead and bring him home, right? I don't really see any reason to drag this out. Half our fuel's gone. We only have 36 meters per second. Actually, hold on. We don't need this thing anymore. I'm gonna undock. We don't need this big old doofy thing. Start mass and last station. I think that's just for our retro rockets. I definitely don't think it's enough though. Getting up to 950 is gonna require a ton of fuel. So I just don't think it's enough. We docked again, which was good. It's good that we docked. And, oh wow, would you look at that, the US is right there. That was a fun mission that could have been. Probably should retract the indexing key before it, like, I don't know, probably just burn off and fly off that way, if I were to guess. Or, you know, could cause some problems, maybe. Possibly, it's possible. It's possible it could cause some problems if we left that thing extended. No, I'm excited for Apollo. Apollo's gonna be good. It's just, yeah, no Gemini lunar flyby. Like I said, maybe next series. Maybe next series, now that I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I definitely think launching Gemini first, probably into that 30-degree orbit, and then launching the Centaur is probably the way to go, just to make sure the fuel stays there. Just to make sure the fuel stays there, because, yeah. I think originally, I mean, yeah, with Agena it makes sense. Because Agena is literally just sitting there as a dead-weight target. And you want to launch the crew later, because you want to give the crew as much time to dock, because the crew has limited supplies. But with the Centaur, because it's boiling off its oxygen and its hydrogen, it has a more limited life than the crew does. But then again, it probably still would have taken a data rendezvous, so who knows if it really mattered. We really only waited like 2 hours to launch. That probably wouldn't have done anything. The fact that it took a data rendezvous, I think, was the main concern. Wow, look at those clouds. They're very pretty. Wow, so pretty. Look at the pretty colors. Wow, the pretty, pretty colors. Wow. The pretty, pretty color. Sorry. Oh, I hear things exploding. That's probably our retro pack. It's getting a little warm. Getting a little toasty. Oh, there it goes. Probably should turn descent mode on. There we go. There's our lifting buddy. Gonna land right here. South of Cuba. Seems like a pretty fine spot to land to me. Hey look, it's Panama. Or whatever. I think this is Panama right here. I know there's a lot of small little countries kind of in this area. I don't know if Panama's like down here. I think Panama might be down here, I'm not sure. Not sure what is right here, but we're landing right off the coast of wherever right here is. At least it's in the water. So at least I got that part right. Again, Gemini makes very good boat. Ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. Gemini makes a very good boat. In terms of boating, it does boat thing really good. The drogue is out and looking good. And now the main is out. Do 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 do. Two Kerbals falling from the sky. Falling from the sky with the parachute. They just came from outer space. They went to outer space. Now they're home. They're gonna splash down in the ocean. In the ocean. South of Cuba. Their spacecraft makes a great boat. It's a great boat. It does boat things. They're going to need until the 28th of April until they can be put on Apollo training. They got a little bit of science. I doubt that was from them. That was probably from Zielonka Vesta. Or another mission we have that's gaining us tons of science. And yeah, I think I'm going to end off the video by launching the Earth to Venus rocket. That should be on its way out to the pad. Yeah, I went ahead and started rolling it out because I knew it was going to probably take a couple days to roll out, so... Yep, that's been rolling out this whole time. This has got to be the shortest amount of time we've covered in a video. All this happened within, like, a week. I started this rocket rolling out at the start. It hasn't rolled out yet. We're still rolling out a rocket. All this happened while a rocket is being rolled out to the pad. Everything that you just saw happened in the span of probably 4 days. Oh my gosh. Alright, so here we have our Earth to Venus rocket. I bet you weren't expecting an Atlas Centaur, and I actually forgot it was an Atlas Centaur too. But yeah, the payload's actually not that heavy, and Venus isn't that far away, so yeah, Atlas Centaur was perfectly capable of doing this mission. We'll get a better look at the payload once we get, you know, off into space. But yeah, just gonna go ahead and make sure everything's set up properly for our takeoff here. We'll just make sure the stages are good too. Always check your staging. Yeah, that's the spacecraft. And then I have a retro thruster here, just in case we come at Venus a little too spicily. We can use that retro rocket to adjust our course a little bit, or if if we need to do a course correction, that we can also use the retro for that as well. So sort of dual purpose there. Like I just put the spacecraft in here just as the heat shield and the little probe that's going to land on Venus. I'm like, this is a lot of extra delta V. I'm like, yeah, we'll throw in a retro rocket too, because why not? Might as well just ensure that this mission succeeds.
You serious?
Let's go ahead and get you off the ground and into the higher area up there somewhere. I'm really bad at these transitions.
I'm coming for you, but you can't deny the way we close our eyes. Living alone, done it for you, seeing us so crying away, 'cause you know the light must go so far. When you lose me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe that I love. When you lose me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe in life's love. I'm standing in, you can give over, I'm coming for you, but you can't deny the way we close our eyes. Living alone, done it for you, seeing us sun, crying away, 'cause you know the light must have gone so far. When you leave me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe in life love. When you leave me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe in life's love. When you leave me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe in life love. When you leave me, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't love me, but I don't believe in life love.
Alright, we are well and truly on our way. Check out that periapsis. Pretty good for just, an initial burn. Obviously, mid-course corrections are always going to be our friend. I actually wanted to see what we could do with some RCS while we're still attached to the Centaur, though. Yeah, it's bringing us a bit closer. Use all the fuel we got in this Centaur stage. We're just going to burn in this direction. Why not? I have the Delta V to waste. Why not waste it? Obviously, we should be able to do some more corrections, fine-tuned, once we get a little bit closer. Being right next to Earth is very inefficient, but we can't really bring the Centaur with us, so that's why it kind of makes sense to do these burns here before we say goodbye to the Centaur forever and ever. So that should be that thing dry. That thing, it's bone dry. Okay, let's, this avionics is really hard to get to. I don't know why I made this avionics so difficult to access. That's the structure, that's the structure. The avionics is literally right behind this structural piece. There it is. No, that's structural again. There's the avionics. Okay, pin that. Gosh, okay. And then goodbye. Insufficient avionics. I can detach the booster. Oh, and we burned in the complete wrong direction. We got further away. Well, that made it worse. If I built another one right now, would we be able to get within the same we might be able to get a launch within the same Venus window. Because the window might be kind of big. And we can build rockets pretty big, especially Atlas. Maybe instead of the solid booster, what I'll do for version 4 is I'll do some sort of solid motor, so that way we can do mid-course corrections like this. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, everything else went pretty good, just this mission didn't. Because I'm a big dum-dum. Subscribe for new videos, have a great rest of your day, and yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can get another Venus mission launched within this window. I think there might be time, but if not, we still have the Mars and Vesta mission coming up. That'll be plenty of science. And I was looking at some of the contracts we have. We have yet to do a far side lunar landing, which is something that we could definitely do and get some science. There was also a contract for a geostationary communications network, which is definitely something that we need. Not even, you know, the contract is just icing on the cake. I was probably going to try and build a geostationary network anyway, but we're going to get paid for it as well. So win-win there. And yeah, it doesn't get transferred to a customer. So it's our geostationary network to communicate with our satellites, like this one, that's broken. Anyways, see you guys then. Goodbye for now. Yeah, you just keep looking at the sun, you silly spacecraft, you.